I would tell you, always just go out in nature. Even if you just go to the beach, go to a park, take your shoes off and get grounded. I heard today about tree hugging, how it helps for your nervous system because of the energy of the tree. You guys should really look at that, because when I was little, I used to hug trees and I didn't know why, but now I know that there's actually like a spiritual and physical reaction to hugging trees or being grounded. So think about all those things. You have to do everything you can to boost your spirit, you know, and nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to come around and pull you out of your slump. Nobody's going to come around and give you money to do what you got to do. It's going to be all on you. All on you. So I just feel that I had to come on here and tell somebody to get your ass up. Get your ass off the couch. Put this phone down and go out. Go out. Talk to as many people as you can talk to. Meet people. Come out your shell. You have to learn to be your best self, you know? Because if you don't like yourself, nobody else is going to like you. A lot of you don't work because of that. A lot of you don't work because of that. People always ask me how I still worked, not having a vaccine, speaking out as publicly as I do, especially against the union members. I don't even really have a problem with the producers, because I understand their position. They're there to make money for the whatever corporation they work for. That's their job. I always look at a person's job and what their job is to do, okay? That is their job, to get that production made for the least amount of money possible. I get it. I want to make, you know, projects one day too, and I have done some. So of course you want to save as much money as possible. I get it. I know what their job is to do. So I'm not even mad at them. I'm mad at the unions that it was their job to protect us, okay? And anybody else that's union members out there that went through similar things, they all feel the same way. It wasn't a production company's job to protect us workers. It was their job, okay? And they didn't do that. And I don't care what anybody says. Somebody attacked me because I said the union gaslights us and they created these policies for us. They collective bargained our rights away. And they did. And one of the woke, you know, union members, you know, called me a bigot and, you know, called me a lot of names, you know. And they don't know I'm like Teflon, because, you know, I look at myself and then look at that person and know that I'm on a higher elevation. And, you know, you have to have empathy for people like that. So I say all that to say is work on yourself, you know, and, you know, try your best to put a smile on your face and don't let anything stop you from elevating. There's going to be a lot of haters and a lot of negative people when they see you trying to elevate. So I just have to warn you of that, because that's also part of the test, because a lot of people have to be purged from your life, because you won't reach where you have to go with certain people with you. You know, certain people have to go. They're not going to be a part of that journey. So don't worry about people. Don't worry about money. Some of you need to be better stewards of your money, because a lot of you wouldn't be in the position that you're in if you would have saved your money. I saved my money. And that's how I was able to be a single mother and get through without taking a vaccine and talk shit about it and still survive and still work and everything. Because I was good at what I do. So that alone, that helped me to keep working, because they know Shelly does a good job, you know. She just didn't take the vaccine, so, but other than that, she did a good job. Shout out to NBC Universal, I have to say, because let me tell you, if it wasn't for the New York City vaccine mandates, we would have never got fired, because we worked on a production that did not want to have those mandates. And then when the city, thanks to Mayor Adams and all the people that were responsible for those mandates, they had to let us go. So I kind of felt bad for the production, because it really wasn't, you know, their decision, that particular production. They were not afraid. That was one of the best crews I ever worked on, because they weren't there. There wasn't anybody there, you know, telling you, put your mask on, and, oh, you know, this and that, and, you know, ooh, you know, you don't have a vaccine, ooh, you know what I mean? It was just it was a lovely work environment, and some people were vaccinated, some weren't, and it was actually, like I said, one of the best productions I ever worked on. You know, unfortunately, they had to let us all go, and we had to go through some bullshit because of it. But I to this day, I feel bad, because I just know that they didn't want to do that to us. So, but the unions, are the ones that allowed it to happen. You know, they're supposed to protect the workers, you know, and they did us dirty, and they did a lot of messed up things to us work members, and they violated our HIPAA rights and everything like that. But the reason why I say shout out NBC Universal, because when I got fired from that job, they surely hired me at another job in New Jersey where they had no mandate. So that's why I say shout out to them, and why I'm not mad to production companies, because, you know, they're just doing what the unions negotiated. They didn't have to do that. They could have did something else, but they were afraid or whatever, or they believed whatever they were told, or whatever the case may be. But there were productions that did not believe in it and did not follow those threats. You know, that's why I ended up moving to New Jersey, because New Jersey was fabulous. New Jersey is a place where you can do religious exemption. They don't ask you no questions. Oh, I don't want to get my kid these shots, and religious exemption, medical exemption. They don't even ask you a damn question, and it's a wrap. You know, so, and I love it out here. It's beautiful out here. It's better. The people are lovely out here. I'm black, and I've never been treated so well by white people. I don't even know what to say about New Jersey. I just feel that people out here have been very lovely to us out here. Everywhere I go to different townships, ride my bike and stuff. And so far, I think the people have been wonderful, you know. So I'm going to cut this short now, because I want to, you know, get in the pool, because I'm sweating profusely. Hi, everybody. Let me wave to some of my friends out here. Hi, y'all. I thank you for being with me. I really do. I love y'all. I really do. This means I love you in sign language. And I really do if you come in here to listen to me just talk. Because, you know, but I really do try to inspire y'all, because I went through a lot. And I know what y'all are going through. You know, I feel like this time in history, you know, is really bad for workers and laborers. It really is. And y'all not going to like what I'm going to say. But, you know, the huge illegal population is going to mess up the jobs for citizens. Because now I feel like people will be humbled, and they will take those jobs. They will take those jobs. I wouldn't mind a job in agriculture, because, one, you will stay fit. I do feel that they're going to have to pay Americans a little bit more. But, you know, they shouldn't be hiring illegals in the first place, especially during a time when there's so much unemployment and so much uncertainty. You know, but one thing about working in agriculture, you become acclimated to the heat. You learn how to grow things. I would love to have my own farm. Now, I don't want to, you know, actually work the farm. But I would love to, you know, own a farm and know how everything grows and know how everything works and stuff, in case I had to farm it. So you guys just got to think outside the box, and, you know, just know that it's only for a time. It can't rain forever. And this soon will pass, and you will be in a higher elevation, I guarantee you. If you work on yourself, rest your body, find the things that bring you joy in life, I guarantee you that you will elevate, and you will be in a much better place than you were before. So I'm going to go now. I love y'all very much. Thank you for watching. Okay, and you have a lovely day. Get out there and find the things that you enjoy. I am Shelly B, and I'll see you on the next one.